Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. All of those things are greatly appreciated, never required. So today we are here to talk about the X-Men. Now, X-Men is going to have a bunch of games on this list because I love the X-Men, right? Animated series, seal the deal. Once I watch that, give me all the X-Men content you can give me. I've watched as much as they've been able to produce, and I've played pretty much any version of X-Men that they've come out with, good and bad. This series will only highlight the good X-Men games. So I wanted to start off with the very first X-Men game I played, right? Which is not the arcade version, but the Genesis version. The Genesis has two games. We're going to talk about the first one in this episode. And this game was really cool. One of the games that, although it has that very distinct Genesis soundtrack, I really like the music in this game. Right, Savage Land got a little bounce to it, you know, a little African hip hop type of vibe to it. You know, you get to the Shi'ar Empire and they really be banging the metal pieces against each other into your sound card. But I really appreciate the aesthetics of this game. It's got one of the craziest ways to beat a level that I've ever seen, which is Mojo's World, where it asks you to reset your computer, which it actually meant for you to reset the actual Genesis. Which, to give you a heads up, means I did not beat this game until I was at least a teenager, because what child is going to reset the Genesis mid-game? You know, I don't care how long you tell them and all. No, I'm not doing it. You start the game over. So this game is memorable for a bunch of different reasons. It's really cool because you get to play with 4 different X-Men. You can play with Gambit, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler. And it's one of the first games where Nightcrawler's power really gave him some distinct advantages. So he could actually teleport through walls and kind of skip around levels a little better than a lot of the other characters. He's got the most mobility. It also handicapped one of the X-Men more than I've ever seen any other X-Men game, which is Wolverine. So everybody has a power button. You press A, you use your powers. Gambit throws out cards. Cyclops, Optic Blast. Nightcrawler teleports. What are we gonna give Wolverine in order to make him the same as them? Because we can't just have it to where he doesn't have a power. He's got to have something, right? So the first thing you notice if you press A Wolverine is that he retracts his claws or brings them out. All right, cool beans. Problem with that is you can't run out of adamantium claws. So this game was notoriously made fun of for running out of claw. And if you press the button after he's already ran out of power, he will start to go into berserk rage and kill himself, which is probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen in the game. So I wanted to shout out X-Men for those things alone, but also because this game is co-op, which means you can get you and your boy, you know, jump into it. A nice Friday evening. This game is a great rental, which does not mean a lot to a lot of you, but means a lot to the people who it means a lot to. You also have other X-Men that you can use their powers. So for example, Iceman can build a bridge, which the game won't tell you, but you will definitely need to use him. Otherwise, you will probably lose life trying to get across places you're not supposed to. But he can also help you access like secret areas and stuff like that. It's really cool. The only thing that's whack is like they're not on like a timer. Like, you know, that's kind of a product of today's games. Back then, you use it, you got to find another power up. Otherwise, you cannot use that character again. They do refill after each level, so that was pretty cool. But then you also run into a bunch of different bosses in this game that are well-known X-Men characters like Juggernaut, obviously Magneto's in there, Sabretooth. I can't remember the actual name of the Shi'ar Empire's grunt dude, and he got the mohawk and all of that. It's not the Shi'ar Starjammer, I know that. But yeah, so you see all these different characters. Of course, Magneto's the main bad guy in this one. But you even go against people like Mojo and Mojo's World. And it's just really cool. And especially at the time, this was like the only X-Men content we would have. Besides, I believe, Arcade's Revenge, which is a Spider-Man X-Men game, which was whack. I'll say it. I know some people hold it in a fond, you know, place in their heart, but it was whack to me. Even back then, I was like, nah, just give me this one. And it's like the first, like, I don't know. I felt like this was like the first time we had a comic book based game that was really trying to, give you something that you wanted to play multiple times. Like game's fun to play single player or multiplayer. Multiplayer definitely makes it easier in some spots, but it also makes it difficult in other spots when you need to, have both of you on the same page, platforming wise. And if you're not playing Nightcrawler, you're at a clear disadvantage when it comes to stuff like platforming. But it's really cool. Go to different locales. Of course, you got to do the Savage Land. You got Asteroid M. Always got to have some sort of water-like level, right? Some sort of ruins and stuff like that. So, you get to see different things. It was really cool playing this game when the cartoon was out, because you would like point out certain characters, be like, oh yeah, look, that's Sauron, even though it's not necessarily really Sauron. It's a pterodactyl looking dude and he makes a screeching noise, so it counts, right? That's what we were doing back then. Is the level of fan service in those games were there and not there at the same time, especially not to the level that they are in a lot of these games nowadays. But we had to tip our hat to one of the originals, one of the trendsetters in the comic book video game space. Like I said, back then, licensed IPs were either really good or really bad, and this one falls into the good category. So I wanted to start with that one, and then we'll go take a look at some other X-Men games as we go through the series. I know y'all played this game, so I want to know, what were your thoughts when you played it? Did you beat it, as always, right? Because I'm not going to lie to you, like I said before, did not beat it when I originally played it, didn't beat it to probably a decade later when I found out that restart your computer meant reset the actual Sega Genesis. Still seems preposterous to me, but it works, and that's how you get to the last level. But this was one of those stay up all night trying to beat it with your friends, and a lot of times getting disappointed because it is not easy. Enemies respawn consistently and they will give you the business. But really enjoyed it, holds a place in my heart. So I appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Be safe, have fun. Peace.